¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you've heard that sound from Babbel before, I bet you do. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. With over 16 million subscriptions sold and a 20-day money-back guarantee, just start speaking another language with Babbel. Right now, up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Spotify podcast. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify podcast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
I'm no tech genius, but I knew if I wanted my business to crush it, I needed a website now. Thankfully, Bluehost made it easy. I customized, optimized, and monetized everything exactly how I wanted with AI. In minutes, my site was up. I couldn't believe it. The search engine tools even helped me get more site visitors. Whatever your passion project is, you can set it up with Bluehost. With their 30-day money-back guarantee, what do you got to lose? Head to Bluehost.com. That's BLUEHOST.com to start now.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Think long-term to make good decisions by Tynan of Tynan.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you blogs every single day of the year, including holidays. So without further ado, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Think long-term to make good decisions by Tynan of Tynan.com. I'm on a Southwest Airlines flight right now heading from DC to San Francisco. The way food works on Southwest is they hold out a big basket full of snacks and you take whatever you want for free. None of the snacks are healthy. It's crackers and cookies and chips. I have to admit, I was really tempted to take a pack of Oreos. The justifications are easy to come up with. I've already paid for those Oreos. I'm coming off a long trip where I was off my diet. One small packet of Oreos doesn't really matter. No Oreos for me, though. The huge basket was dropped on the middle seat next to me. I saw all the glistening blue packs of Oreos, and I avoided taking them. I don't always make the disciplined decision, but I make it a lot, and I'm getting better at it all the time. The trick I've found is to consider the aggregate long-term in every decision. Oreos are a short-term play. For a period of 30 seconds or so, I'll have the pleasurable biological response of eating something fabricated specifically to elicit that response. It's not about hunger or nutrition. It's about very short-term pleasure. That by itself isn't so bad. Taking momentary pleasure in the joys of everyday life is an excellent practice. The long-term effect of eating one pack of Oreos isn't so bad either. Will it really decrease my lifespan? Will it increase my waistline by even a fraction of a millimeter? I don't know, but I doubt it on both counts. The thing about decisions is that few are made in total isolation. The decision to eat this single pack of Oreos is representative of a decision I have to make all the time. Do I eat junk food for pleasure? Every time I do eat the food, I'm making it more likely that I'll do so in the future. It's a snowball effect. That's what the aggregate long-term effect is. By making this decision and assuming I'll make future decisions roughly the same way, what will result? In this case, I get many moments of fleeting pleasure at the cost of decreasing my fitness, lifespan, and overall health. Taken in that context, it's very easy not to eat the Oreos. On the cruise I was just on, I ate a lot of bad food. I had a couple dinner rolls, usually whole wheat, with lunch and dinner, and I often had dessert, or 2, or 3. I'm not really sure why I made that decision, but I wish that I didn't. In the moment, it seems like an integral part of the enjoyment of the cruise, but in retrospect, it has nothing to do with my memories of the cruise. I remember time spent with my friend Brian, the new people we met, the hijinks and adventures we had, the ports we visited, the work I got done, and the general serenity of being at sea. I also remember some incredible grass-fed lamb chops, but the bread is just a blur. This long-term aggregate lens is useful beyond eating, of course. I used to date girls without really thinking about whether I'd want them in my life down the road. As a result, along with a handful of really awesome girls that I dated, I sometimes found myself in the position of spending time with someone I wasn't really crazy about, or being in that awkward situation of having to let someone down, or sliding down that slippery slope of boyfriendhood with a girl I didn't actually want to be my girlfriend. Now I think long term and stop myself before I start anything with anyone I don't think is pretty great. I've always been really good about saving and investing money despite never having a budget. I think it comes from this long-term aggregate view. On this flight, I can buy Wi-Fi access for $8. It's tempting because I'm addicted to the internet, and justifiable because I have some work that I want to do that would benefit from downloading a copy of a database. What's the aggregate long-term effect of that sort of purchase? Well, I go on a lot of flights that I might start buying Wi-Fi on, but beyond that, I'm setting a precedent of paying exorbitant rates for unnecessary convenience. It's for the same reason that I'll someday buy my own plane, but would never pay extra dollars or miles for a first-class seat on a commercial flight. The long-term aggregate effect of paying for first class is that I get to be moderately more comfortable for a tiny fraction of my life at great hourly expense. The aggregate long-term effect of buying a very efficient plane is that I can learn to fly, take friends with me, have more flexibility, and in some cases, save money. In trying to improve myself, I'm always trying to find underlying principles that influence large swaths of my behavior. One of those principles is this of optimizing for long-term results. By applying that lens to all decisions I make, I create a compounding effect of most decisions, leaving me even better off in the future. It works at the source, motivation, making me want to do the right thing rather than forcing myself to do the right thing. Find some area of your life where you're not satisfied, take an honest look at what decisions have led you there, and make an effort to look at the aggregate long-term effects of those decisions while making them. You'll probably find that fixing the problem is a lot easier and less painful than you might expect. You just listened to the post titled, Think Long-Term to Make Good Decisions by Tynan of Tynan.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Summer nights used to be brutal for me, tossing, turning, flipping the pillow, until I discovered Cozy Earth. Their temperature-regulating sheets have completely transformed how I sleep. They naturally wick away heat and moisture, helping me stay several degrees cooler even during the hottest nights. I honestly noticed the difference the very first night. And it's not just the sheets. Their all-day tea and studio pant collection have become my go-to for ultimate comfort and breathability during the day. It feels like I'm living in a temperature-controlled cloud, whether I'm lounging at home or trying to stay cool while working. Plus, Cozy Earth offers a 100-night sleep trial, so you can test them during the peak of summer. If you're not completely in love, you can send them back hassle-free, and all their bedding products come with a 10-year warranty. Upgrade your summer. Go to CozyEarth.com and use code OLD for 40% off best-selling temperature-regulating sheets, apparel, and more. Trust me, you'll feel the difference the very first night. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. If you've shopped online, chances are you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout, the one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it incredibly easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Shopify gives you that leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful, ready-to-go templates to express your brand style and forget about the code. Tackle all those important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/old. Go to shopify.com/OLD. Shopify.com/old. Thinking of Tynan, looking at the aggregate long term for every decision is an interesting way to frame things. I think we can probably both relate to his Oreo example, those little moments where the short-term pleasure is very tempting. It made me think about my sleep schedule. I always considered myself a night owl my entire life. I'd often get into a good work groove late at night, and the short-term play was always just to keep going because it felt productive in the moment, and I enjoyed the quiet. But when I think about the aggregate long-term effect of that, it's not always great. It can mean less energy the next day, maybe not being as sharp, or just feeling a bit off. Recently, I was forced to wake up much earlier than usual for about a week, and I actually found I felt pretty good and got a lot done, which for me was a bit of a surprise. And looking it through Tynan's lens, choosing to shift my sleep schedule, even if it means sacrificing some of those late night quiet hours, the aggregate long-term benefit of more consistent energy and feeling better during the day is probably a much better deal. It's like he said, each decision makes it more likely you'll make the same one in the future, creating that snowball effect. So definitely good stuff to keep in mind. So thank you to Tynan. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.